Podcast, we talked about a drill instructor who got relieved at MCRD Paris Island at the recruit depot there, and he was also sent up for a general court martial, which is serious stuff, and found not guilty except for one charge he was found guilty of, and that charge was violating a general order and calling a recruit a war pig. I've called, I'm sure I've called Marines war dogs, devil dog. These are common terms, common lexicon. Nonetheless, so we take this great Marine and we basically ruined his career, ruined his life. I was researching this. I came across another issue down at the same recruit depot. And what happened here was there's a regimental commander and a regimental sergeant major were both relieved on 5 July 2023. And the reason for this relief was the commanding general there, the one-star, decided one day that he didn't have the trust and confidence in his regimental commander and the regimental sergeant major. Now, so let's look into this. Let's dig down a little bit in this and see exactly what transpired. What transpired there were two recruit deaths in 2023. The first one was during a physical fitness test. A recruit, died, and later on it was found out that he had some medical conditions that contributed to his death. The second one was potentially a misconduct on behalf of the drill instructors, where a recruit ended up, hanging himself. Not good, certainly. But I'm not sure how a regimental commander is accountable down at the platoon level, 3 levels below him of misconduct by a drill instructor. And there was no misconduct by the regimental commander. There's no misconduct by the sergeant major. And during my investigation and talking to other Marines, these guys were shit hot. Both of them were. They were active, they were involved, they were supervising, they're talking to their drill instructors, and they're out there doing what a regimental commander and a sergeant major is supposed to be doing. So what happens is, all of a sudden, because of this second death, the commanding general, the one-star, gets, shaky legs. He's worried now. He's worried because he thinks he's the one who's going to get fired, so he preempts that and fires the regimental commander and the sergeant major to look like, hey, I'm taking action, I'm solving all this. Well, here's the problem. On 5 July, when the regimental commander was relieved along with the sergeant major, a Marine took his life on that same day. I'm not going to go into the circumstances for it. On the same day. Since then, in September of this year, there have been 3 more deaths at Paris Island under this general. One was a drill instructor, one was a water survival instructor, one was a clerk. So in total, this general's had 6 or 7 deaths. Yet he's still commanding down there, but relieving other people. Now, that's just fundamentally flawed. It makes absolutely no sense what's going on. And the way he relieved these two, the sergeant major and the regimental commander, loss of trust and confidence, which is the most cheesiest bullshit way of relieving a subordinate commander. Cowards do shit like that. And I'll tell you why. Because right before that, the fitness report that the regimental commander got was glowing. This guy's the best thing since sliced bread. The sergeant major was awesome. Even the reviewing officer, the 3-star, gave him a glowing fitness report. And all of a sudden, because of this one incident, they relieve him. Loss of trust and confidence. It's nonsense. In my opinion, unless there's a misconduct or violation of the UCMJ, a commander should not be relieved. Unless there's a violation of the UCMJ or misconduct, a general shouldn't have the authority to relieve a subordinate commander. If he wants to relieve him, send him to Board of Inquiry. Let him have his due process in front of the Board of Inquiry, and they'll make the decision. Rather than some guy just waking up to cover his own ass, decides to relieve the regimental commander and the sergeant major, and then subsequently has 3 more deaths. Yet he remains in power. This guy should be booted, be forced to retire. Just a poor leader. If he's willing to blame a subordinate commander, why the hell not make sure the other 3 deaths didn't happen? Then he's accountable for those, right? It just makes sense, wouldn't it, using his logic? So we need to do a lot better. We just ruined the life of a colonel, who has been in the Marine Corps for 36 years, and a sergeant major that had been there for, 30 some odd years. Over 60 years worth of talent in the Marine Corps vanished. And here's the kicker. The regimental commander was going to retire within 2 weeks. His retirement ceremony was all set. And that broke dick general didn't have the gumption, the empathy to say, you know what? Okay, you lose trust and confidence, but I'll let you stick around and we'll bring a new guy in and you can retire honorably. And I can feel the pain that, the regimental commander, the sergeant major, are going through, and that drill instructor who got sent up for a general court martial by the same general. So what these generals are doing is they're closing ranks and they're covering their own ass while they're destroying lives of Marines. Combat's tough enough, but when you come home, you don't need these generals, hunt you down and be a trophy for them. That's bullshit. That's not the Marine Corps anybody joins. That's all I got. Stay rugged. Khan out.